Okay, gut, dann denke ich, sind wir hier fertig.
I heard they're making a new class of sheep.
Captain, greetings.
Dann können wir
Good to be back
gucken,
on board.
dass wir uns nochmal die andere Sternenwerft angucken. Sternwerft, Sternstation, ich weiß es nicht. Das andere Ding. Abdocken. Jo. Oh. Nun, das sieht natürlich richtig gut aus. Ja. Sternstation. Die Klinik. Ah, da haben wir doch auch eine Mission für die Ärzte bei der Pirat. Bei der Piraten. Die Klinik.
Please respect priority docking for emergency patients. The clinic welcomes all.
Ich bin gleich da. Und docken. Okay. Irgendwas sollten wir hier abholen. Irgendwas war da. Mal kurz gucken. Ärztliche Anordnung. Sprich mit gerne Diäten in der Klinik. Ah ja, stimmt. Sie hatte irgendwie medizinische Sachen gekauft und er wollte dann irgendwie plötzlich einen anderen Preis.
I understand that. I'm not blaming you directly. Dr. Salvato, how long have you been here?
About a year now, Doctor.
And in that year, how many times have we had this conversation about late or missing shipments of supplies?
I believe this is the third time.
Yes, that sounds right. 3 times. I will be making it very clear to your superiors that lives are at stake, and the clinic requires reliable transport. If your company cannot meet our needs, someone else will.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Thank you, Dr. Salvato. You may return to your duties.
I hate this delivery run. Can't ever get here fast enough.
Welcome to the clinic. I'm Dr. Darvish, Chief of Medicine. Is there something I can do for you?
Ist das hier ein Krankenhaus?
I thought perhaps the name gave it away. This is one of the preeminent medical care centers in the Settle systems. We take our work very seriously.
Ich bin Geschäft.
Are you? Because I don't have any appointments scheduled. We have a particular focus on astrovirology here. So the patients we take on tend to have unusual cases that require long-term care, and sometimes require unorthodox or experimental treatments. We have an excellent track record that speaks for itself, but it doesn't leave room for much else. Whatever business you may be here for, I trust that you will conduct it quickly and do so without interfering with my staff or our operations.
Natürlich. Leitest du die Anlage hier?
I am, yes. I took over from Dr. Eswaran when he retired 9 years ago. While the clinic does occasionally take on research projects that have their own chain of command, I am ultimately responsible for the entire facility.
Mhm. Gab es, an was für Forschungsprojekten arbeitet ihr hier?
I'm afraid that information is confidential and restricted to our corporate partners funding the projects.
Gab es jemals einen Unfall?
The clinic has occasionally been faced with unique situations that might be considered hazardous in other facilities, but no, nothing that could not be contained and dealt with.
Okay.
Certainly.
Du hast von Astrovirologie geredet. Was genau ist das?
There are hundreds, if not thousands, of new worlds that humanity has set foot on. While many don't host some sort of life, there are more than enough that do. Any one of those worlds could be inhabited by all manner of pathogens, things we've never seen and have no idea how to treat. Someone has to try and stay ahead of what could be a very deadly curve. Here at the clinic, we do our best.
Ich bin froh, dass ich einen Helm habe. Ich hoffe, ihr werdet für eure Arbeit gut bezahlt. Klingt nach einem gefährlichen Job. Ja, ich denke, das kann auch gefährlich sein.
If we do it right, no, not usually. An abundance of safety protocols are in place, and we have decades of experience. Ironically, this may be one of the safest environments in the settled systems.
Ich helfe dir gern bei deiner Forschung.
Would you now? Well, I suppose we could always use additional research specimens. The more data we have about what's out there in the settled systems, the faster we can diagnose novel illnesses. In theory, at least. I suppose we could consider you an independent contractor of sorts. There are naturally occurring antimicrobials in both alien flora and fauna that we can learn from. If you can provide some additional samples, there are credits in it for you.
Ah, okay. Nee, doch nicht. Ich dachte, ich könnte denen jetzt auch Analysedaten verkaufen. Und wo bekomme ich die benötigten Ressourcen her?
What we're looking for are basic organic substances. They could come from any number of flora or fauna on countless worlds across the settled systems. Just keep your eyes open as you travel and harvest things when you find them. Or frankly, if you can find them at a reasonable price somewhere, purchase them. I'm less concerned with the source than the materials themselves.
Hey, what can I do for you?
Maybe I should have just gone to Aquila City. It's probably nothing.
If they haven't rushed me back, means it can't be that bad, right?
Ja, du klingst auch echt gesund. Okay, hier sind überall Geschütztürme.
This is a quiet beat, but the place gives me the willies.
Was für ein Willi, ey? Ja, ich bin jetzt gerade am Überlegen, ob wir irgendwas tun können, um doch eher den Leuten hier zu helfen, als... Was ist denn Dietrich?
There's simply too much to do to allow me to just stand about conversing with you. I apologize.
Als den
I'm
Piraten.
here for research, not treatment. If that's what you're looking for, you'll need to speak to someone else.
Okay. Was ist denn das hier? Hallo?
Warning, you appear dehydrated. I suggest the immediate ingestion of a moderate quantity of water.
Habe ich gemacht. Danke für den Hinweis. Sehr freundlich von dir. Du da.
Just 1 week with... If you're thinking about
Was
going
nicht?
into medicine, just be really sure before you commit to it. Really sure.
Hier wird doch nicht etwa jemand sich reinhacken. Das wäre ja eine Schande.
I'm hoping there was a good reason that was locked.
Oh, noch eine versperrte Tür. Hallo? Okay, irgendwie... Ah. Gut, aber will ich unbedingt ein Krankenhaus bestehen? Ich weiß es nicht. Ah, vielleicht mal nicht. Vielleicht denken wir auch mal an andere. Aber das hat sich echt nicht gelohnt. Also da drin sind 150 Credits. Also wie pissig. Ist es in Ordnung für euch, wenn ich den entsorge? Oder ihr macht das schon, ne?
Warning. This unit does not possess advanced surgical capabilities.
Ja, dann hoffe ich, dass du mich nicht operierst. VIP-Wing. Schlüssel erforderlich. Gut.
It'd be enough to know that the Rangers are keeping an eye on us, but to have it be my own husband, so comforting.
Aha, okay, okay. Ich muss einmal kurz weg. Ich bin gleich wieder da. So. Okay, so.
Are you
Rebecca.
the courier? You're not really supposed to be back here. You can just drop the delivery off by the docking port and someone will take care of it.
Tauchen hier denn immer viele Kuriere auf?
Well, sure. We can't afford to run low on supplies. Never know what kind of medical emergency might pop up at any moment.
Ich bin kein Kunde.
Well, then you won't have Dr. Darvish breathing down your neck at least. But, well, we're not really set up for having folks just milling about in here. It is a medical facility, after all. If you could just do your best to steer clear of the doctors while they work and not interrupt things, I'd really appreciate it. And if you need anything, I'm right here, okay?
Okay. Arbeitest du gerne mit deinem Mann zusammen?
Well, I wouldn't really say we work together. It just happens to be in the same place. He has his job keeping the peace. I have mine keeping this place running. Truth be told, I think it might drive one or both of us a little crazy if we actually work together. But I do appreciate being able to see him every day. Even if it's just to pop over to his office and say hello or share a meal. It's nice.
Bist du keine Ärztin?
Nurse supervisor, dear. I'm the one who takes care of all the doctors, as well as the patients. The more I can look after, the more the doctors can focus on patient diagnosis and treatment. Every role here is important.
Muss ja aufregend sein, hier zu haben.
Oh, sometimes sure. Somebody walks in or is dragged in with something we haven't seen before. You best believe it's all hands on deck. Have to find out if it's lethal or contagious, or both.
Hast du keine Angst, dass du krank werden könntest?
I used to. I think we all did to some degree when we started working here. But really, how does worrying help when you've got people to treat? It just gets in the way.
Das ist sehr viel Druck.
It can be, yes. But we've all learned to live with it. If we didn't do this, who knows how many lives would be lost. It's harder on the newer folks, that's for sure. You take that Dr. Salvato, nice man, but he's a little on the skittish side. He's a good doctor, but just needs a little more confidence, you know?
Ist er neu in der Klinik?
Only been here a year or so, which isn't much compared to some of us.
Ich könnte hier eine Krankheit fortführen. Was? Warum? Hä? Würde kein Arzt wollen, der nicht weiß, was er tut. Ich glaube schon, dass der weiß, was er tut, theoretisch.
Don't misunderstand. He's got the training and the know-how. Just needs to relax and trust his instincts. Actually, now that we're talking about this, I wanted to do something nice for him. Give him a little pick-me-up. I overheard something about a meal he hadn't had in a long time. Thought maybe if I could deliver one to him, it'd be a nice gesture. You think you could help with that?
Vielleicht.
She's just the sweetest. You know that Don's Roost restaurant in New Atlantis? The fancy one? Dr. Salvato was talking about the synth liver pate. Said he'd never forget it. You bring me a plate and I'll make sure we brighten up his day.
I couldn't tell you the last time I wasn't breathing recycled air. This place is a far cry from Aquila City. That's for sure.
Ich kann aber auch mit jedem sprechen, ne? Du bist also neu hier?
New-ish. I've only been here a year, which, well, when you compare it against Dr. Darvish's career, it's not much, is it? I'm thrilled to have the opportunity, but it's been an adjustment. Very few cases here are simple, and most of them are medical emergencies.
Hast du auch irgendwann mal Pause?
I guess that depends on what you consider a break. We get some time to ourselves. We're not on call all the time, but we're never that far away from it either. Now that I think about it, I haven't actually left the clinic since I got the job. I actually hadn't really noticed.
Hast du die Heimweh?
No, not really. This is my home now. The people here are wonderful, and the work we're doing is incredibly important. That's what really matters.
Na gut.
Okay then.
Every new alien pathogen we discover.
Geh mit deinem Hals mal zum Arzt, Bruder.
Gotta look on the bright side, right? You know, just by breathing the air in here, you are being exposed to about a dozen different viruses.
Have to keep an eye on these doctors, or they'll work themselves to death.
Oh, you look like I work here, right? Couple of patients didn't seem to think so. Awkward situation.
Tschüss, geh einfach weg. Was ist denn da? Was ist denn deine Aufgabe hier?
Tending physician. I'm new here, so really what I do is watch Dr. Darvish's every move and try to imitate it. Sounds a lot less impressive when I say it out loud.
Wer baut denn auf ein Krankenhaus?
It's really a matter of safety, believe it or not. The types of things we work with here. Let's just say you wouldn't want them spreading on a populated planet. In here, we're all nice and isolated.
Hab ich meine Brille eigentlich schon auf?
Comforting thought.
War mir gerade nicht sicher. Wenn ich kann, helfe ich dir.
Oh, well, that's appreciated. There really isn't anything you're qualified to do in here. No offense, of course. But, I do have some data requests from other facilities in the settled systems. Everyone always wants to know what we're up to.
Usual courier's been less than reliable lately. So if you could get this slate where it needs to go, that would help us. And put a few credits in your pocket.
Bringe die Slate an Dr. Alexei Lebedev in New Atlantis. Okay.
Take care of yourself.
New Atlantis kommen wir eh immer mal wieder vorbei.
You heard of the Elios retreat? Supposed to be some new age healing center for
Poor
reforming
people.
criminals or whatever.
I can't
Going
imagine
up the next hill
suffering
too.
from something no
I'll have
one
to
understands. It must be terribly frightening for them.
Having a good one?
Warte mal, was ist das jetzt? Begib dich nach Elios. Oh Gott. Aber was...
They're just letting people walk into occupied rooms. Please leave. I'd like to recover in peace.
Okay.
Howdy. Doctors still don't know when we'll be okay to leave.
Ja, bist du hier Patient? Das sieht so aus.
That I am, that I am. Lucky to be alive, apparently. Me and my brother here have been patients for going on, what, 4 or 5 months now? Good Lord. I, being the stronger and smarter one, am recovering quickly.
Will seinen Mund
Still
auch nicht
sick as a
bewegen,
dog,
oder?
but the doctors let me roam around to visit my infirm brother here. He was in a coma for months. He's only now making some sort of recovery.
Was ist passiert?
This genius brother of mine was begging me to go on a hike with him on Aquila. He's a real outdoorsy type, you know. Now, being a man of letters, I didn't want to go, but he just kept yapping. So we go on this hike, right? We don't know where the hell we're going. Well, we got lost, stranded with no food or water. I told him to pack food and water, but the fool forgot. Well, we start scavenging for some food to sustain us, and we come across this thing, like a plant, but I don't know what the hell the damn thing was. Looked tasty enough, so we ate it. Well, the damn thing nearly killed us both. Turns out we weren't even that far from the city, so we were found by some passerby, and here we are. We got real lucky.
Mhm. Ja, dass du der Klügere von euch beiden bist. Was? Was soll das denn jetzt? Immerhin habt ihr überlebt.
Yeah, well, not out of the woods just yet. Things have been pretty hairy for John here. But I think you're right. It'll take more than that to kill the Joseph brothers.
Und was hältst du von der Klinik?
Well, I think it's all right, seeing as how my brother and I would be dead if we never came here. Doctors are nice enough, treatments aren't too bad, and food's all right. That doesn't mean I'm not counting down the days until we can leave. I'm itching to go back home. Take care now.
Oh, God. I never should have eaten that, whatever it was. Oh. Probably shouldn't get too close.
Okay.
Definitely feeling better. Can't say the same for my brother.
Hallo.
Pain's not too bad today.
Ganz gerne liegen bleiben.
Can't wait to get back to my farm.
Irgendwie hat gerade keiner Mundbewegung, ne? Kenn ich die?
To make sure those samples get disposed of.
So, bevor wir zu ihnen gehen.
Authorized personnel only beyond this point. Move along. No authorization, no access.
Warum bewegt keiner seinen Mund? Warum gibt es in der Klinik einen abgeriegelten Flügel?
This wing is contracted out to a private business. It's not open to the general public, not even standard clinic staff.
Weißt du, was hinter der Tür passiert?
In the secure wing? No. But from what I understand, someone's paying to keep it that way. No one knows what's going on back there.
Okay. Ist es nicht Overkill, wenn die Freestyle Security eine Tür bewacht?
Hey, I don't make the assignments. I got a boss, and this is where I was told to waste my time.
Einmal spannend. Was passiert denn? Achso, geht gar nicht. Schade. Gehen wir mal erstmal hier rein, bevor wir zu West gehen. Immer erstmal alles andere. Na da.
Between you and
Ben.
me, this place sees some weird cases. Not exactly a hotbed of criminal activity here, is it? Well, that suits me fine.
Wie lange bist du denn schon ein Freestyle Ranger?
Well, let's see now. I joined up in 2292, so that'd be 38 years now? Damn. Hard to believe, now that I think about it. Almost 40 years. There ain't been many Rangers who served that long, I can promise you that.
Das ist beeindruckend, du scheinst für diesen Job etwas... Hast du schon darüber nachgedacht, in den Ruhestand zu gehen?
Oh, I suppose it does cross my mind from time to time. I reckon I'll hang 'em up here in the next few years, but I like the work. Gives me something to do. I suppose I don't think much about it, but when I stop to count the years, well, they sure do add up.
Don't mind me, ich esse kurz einen Spekulatius. Hey!
Worst I usually have to deal with is folks worried about getting diagnosed fast enough.
Nehme an, du hast hier nicht viel zu tun.
Can't blame them. Well, you'd be guessing correctly then. Even if there was some kind of trouble, which there almost never is, Freestar Security would handle that. Truth is, this post is what you might call ornamental in nature. Ever since the clinic came under Freestar collective control, there's been a ranger here. I reckon it's to serve as a reminder who's in charge of this place.
Gutes Gespräch, gutes Gespräch. Letzte Nachrichten. Rebecca, vergiss nicht, Urlaub zu beantragen. Es ist viel zu lange her, dass wir mal eine Pause hatten. Ich freue mich schon auf die Hütte auf Montera Luna. Kann's kaum erwarten, endlich mal Ruhe zu haben. Tagsüber gehe ich dann zum Angeln und nachts, naja, wirst du schon sehen. Ich liebe dich. Von Ari Miller. Das letzte Kurierschiff aus Aquila hat eine Slate für dich mitgebracht. Du warst nicht im Büro, also habe ich sie dir auf deinen Schreibtisch gelegt. Von Dr. Titters. An alle Angestellten. Es wurden kürzlich einige Vorfälle gemeldet, bei denen Personal unbefugt den VIP-Trakt betreten hat. Bitte respektiert die Privatsphäre unserer VIP-Gäste. und betrete den VIP-Trakt um keinen Preis ohne ausdrückliche Genehmigung. Bei eventuellen Fragen könnt ihr euch an mich wenden. Sicherheitsvorfallberichte. Dr. Cassidy behauptete, eine Patientin im VIP-Trakt sei streitlustig geworden und hätte mit Gewalt gedroht, als er versuchte, ihr Medikamente zu verabreichen. Ich habe mit der Patientin Catalina Rivera gesprochen und sie beruhigt. Sie war einverstanden, ihre Medikamente zu nehmen. Schwester Armistead berichtete, dass eine Patientin des VIP-Bereichs in einem gesperrten Sektor gefunden wurde. Die Patientin, die als Catalina Rivera identifiziert wurde, wurde im Inneren eines Surf-Shuttles entdeckt und gebeten, in ihr Zimmer zurückzukehren. Die Patientin kooperierte und entschuldigte sich mit der Erklärung, sie hätte sich verlaufen. Patientin reichte Beschwerde ein und bestand darauf, dem Security-Personal einen Mangel an personalisierter Aufmerksamkeit zu melden, sowie uns zu informieren, dass ihre Symptome nicht ernst genommen würden. Ich informierte die Patientin, dass dies eine medizinische Angelegenheit sei, kein Security-Problem. Die Patientin wandte ein, dass sie sich dessen bewusst sei, aber das Gefühl hatte, das medizinische Personal würde ihre Bedenken ignorieren. Sie wüsste nicht, wohin sie sich noch wenden sollte. Ich verbrachte 1 Stunde lang damit, der Patientin zuzuhören, was sie so beruhigend schien. Mann, der hat ja echt eine Menge zu tun, der Typ.
We get the cases no one has ever seen before or doesn't know how to treat.
Dachte ich, die kenne ich schon.
You had a chance to talk to Dr. Cassidy. Really fun guy. Try humor though. So dry. Almost think he's non-existent.
Last few errors are out of the system. Means I got about 10 minutes till something breaks again.
Ah, nice. Und ich habe 10 Minuten, mir einen Spekulatius zu drücken. Kannst du mir was über die Anlage hier erzählen?
Oh, you're not familiar? I'll give you the quick version. UC built the station back in 2194. It was outside of their established territory, which caused a bit of a disagreement and a bit of a war. And after what I think most people would agree was much too long a period of time, the war ends. One of the terms was the station was handed over to the Free Star Collective.
Mhm. Ein Streit um ein Krankenhaus klingt nach einem richtig miesen Grund für einen Krieg. Ja.
Not that many really good reasons for war, are there? I think it was more about the UC expanding into systems they didn't own. The principle of the thing, not the station itself. So since then, the clinic's been under Free Star Collective control. Over 100 years now, I think.
Ach so, so rum war.
Over time, it started to focus more on weird things. People picked up on all sorts of planets and space expeditions, became known for it, and now focuses on it almost exclusively. And here we are today, carrying on that work. Actually makes me feel kind of proud when I lay it all out like that.
Ich hatte das irgendwie andersrum im Kopf. Ich dachte, die Freestar haben sich ein System extra gemobst. Das heißt, die UC haben... Okay. Arbeitest du immer nur an Computern?
Well, yeah, somebody has to. It's great medical care, but not the latest in support tech. Funding only goes so far, and most of it's prioritized for keeping patients alive. And there's still a lot of outdated UC tech behind the walls that needs interfacing, so I stay plenty busy.
Mhm. Hast du keine Angst, dass du dich mit irgendwas anstecken könntest?
You know, I used to. Then I realized I could catch something just about anywhere. And if I did, this would be about the safest place in the galaxy to be. So, I feel like it kind of all evens out.
Da ist eine Ecke abgebrochen. Motherfucker. Können die nicht einfach alles upgraden und automatisieren? Wahrscheinlich zu teuer.
Well, then I'd be out of a job, wouldn't I? You're not entirely wrong, though. But someone would have to convince Dr. Darvish it was a priority, and I gave up on that effort years ago.
Gutes Gespräch.
All right, see you around.
I'm just a nurse.
Excuse
You
me,
talk to someone in
Dr.
charge.
Darvish?
Wrong guy.
I finished those reports up.
Is there something I can help you with?
It should all be
You
available
look a
on the
bit
net
lost.
I was just wondering whether that was ever going to be complete. Thank you.
Achso, lol, du hast die Mission.
I'll try and stay on
Ich
top of
soll
it next time.
hier dafür
Was there
sorgen, dass eine
something else you
bestimmte
needed?
Lieferung auch stattfindet.
You and I both know the work never ends around here. You're doing good work.
Könnt ihr mal aufhören zu reden? Ah, danke. Samina schickt mich, macht sich Sorgen um eine Lieferung, die sie mit dir vereinbart hat. Geschuldet ist der Fleet ein paar Vorräte. Ich bin hier, um sie zu holen. Samina schickt.
I figured it was only a matter of time before she sent someone, though I was hoping she'd come herself. Look, the price of goods here has gone up. Doubled, tripled even. Did she not even consider a cheaper supplier? She really should.
Einen anderen Anbieter? Ich dachte, du hättest überhöhte Preise verlangt, um deinen Aurora zu finanzieren. Samina legt Wert auf Qualität, die Klinik bietet das Beste. Nein, wir wechseln den Anbieter nicht. Du hast eine Vereinbarung mit Samina und musst dich daran halten. Okay, das heißt, er schlägt sogar vor, dass die andere Anbieter nimmt?
Samina told you about that, huh? Well, I get why she'd think that, but that's not it at all. I was trying to nudge her into ending our partnership, using the only language the fleet knows. Creds. It's just, I hear about people getting treated or dying all the time due to run-ins with the fleet. How does it all shake out in the end? I don't know. Either way, it seems like I end up with lives on my conscience.
Aber was bedeutet danach, vergiss es, ich brauche deine Hilfe nicht? Jetzt so im Nachhinein wäre es halt eigentlich schon gut, wenn ich dafür sorge, dass die Medikamente eigentlich hier bleiben, als dass Piraten damit versorgt werden. Aber, überzeugen wir mal.
Advice from the fleet. I doubt it.
Vielleicht tröstet dich der Gedanke, dass die Sachen trotzdem Leben retten. Oh?
Samina would make good use of them. Not like the people out there making the next cocktail to get high.
Und auf der anderen Seite rettet man aber halt auch Piraten das Leben. Die Fleet besteht auch aus Menschen, verdienen in deinen Augen etwa nicht alle Menschen Hilfe? Ja.
I can't argue with that. I don't want to deny anyone help that truly needs it.
Ich weiß, dass es eine Möglichkeit gibt, das hier zu überwinden. Ja.
You may think so, but I don't. I'm sorry. I thought I could do it, but I just can't. Tell Samina if she wants to expose me, she can. I'm willing to sacrifice my happiness if it means fewer fleet.
Besorge das medizinische Material. Ja, fuck.
There's such a mountain of work. I could really use a hand. But I don't want to inconvenience anyone.
Oh, come on. Not this again.
You can't blame me for wondering. I know you've got to be wondering too.
Ah.
Never a dull moment.
Oh, hier gibt es keine Tür. Das Ding ist, ich nehme halt immer erstmal alle Quests an, weil ich will halt erstmal möglichst viel machen. Ja. Moin. Aber letztendlich ergibt es eigentlich schon Sinn, theoretisch den Piraten nicht mehr zu helfen, als ich schon eben machen muss, wegen meinem Undercover-Einsatz. Ah, hier passt ja gar nichts. Verdammtes Fischbrötchen. Ja, endlich. Ne. Absolutes Ne. Mhm.
Wow. That lock didn't last very long.
Dankeschön. Ich gehe dann mal.
Gotta hand it to these doctors. They put in a lot of hours.
Man sieht sich.
Really hope someone comes to take a look at me soon.
Da, da, da. Nö, nö, ich gehe meiner Wege. Was lädt er denn jetzt so lang? Ich finde es frech, dass ich immer bei dem Überzeugen Sachen immer beim letzten scheitere. Das ist. Es macht es nicht einfacher, überzeugend zu skillen. Passiert hier noch etwas? Ja, aber anscheinend passiert ein Alt F4. Dann gucken wir mal, wo wir wieder reinkommen. Mhm. Dieses Spiel wird bereits ausgeführt. As far as I know, I doubt it. Das ist doch jetzt ungünstig.